You've probably seen guys who have it all: looks, confidence, charm, and still can't seem to connect with women on a deeper level. What's the secret they're missing? It's not about money, looks, or even confidence. It's about subtle, powerful gestures that most men completely overlook. These are the same secrets that make women feel desired, seen, and emotionally connected in ways they never knew were possible. Today, I'm going to reveal 7 hidden secrets that 99% of men don't use, but every woman secretly craves. These aren't your typical dating tips. They're backed by science and ancient stoic wisdom, subtle psychological triggers that transform how women perceive you, making you unforgettable without trying too hard. If you want to stand out from the crowd, build real emotional connections, and create an attraction that keeps her thinking about you long after you leave the room, then this video is for you. Let's dive in. Secret number 1. The power of touch before intimacy. Most men focus only on words when trying to build attraction. They think a great conversation is enough. But for women, connection isn't just verbal, it's physical and emotional. 1 of the most underrated ways to create that connection is through touch. Not in a pushy or aggressive way, but in a subtle, intentional, and deeply meaningful way. A simple, gentle touch before intimacy sends a powerful message. I see you, I care about you, and I want you to feel safe and comfortable with me. It's not about being a massage therapist or impressing her. It's about presence, being in the moment, making her feel relaxed, understood, and desired, not just physically, but emotionally. The key is the intent behind the touch. If you're just going through the motions, it won't work. But if you're present and paying attention to how she responds, she will feel it. As Marcus Aurelius once said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one, don't overthink it. Just be in the moment and let your actions speak for themselves. Secret number 2, flirting with confidence and respect. Flirting is often misunderstood. Most men either overdo it, coming across as desperate, or hold back too much, afraid of making a mistake. But women love flirting when it's done with confidence, subtlety, and respect. A man who knows how to flirt effortlessly stands out because he creates an energy that feels exciting without pressure. Flirting isn't about impressing her with jokes or exaggerated compliments. It's about keeping things playful, light, and engaging. Think of it like a dance you lead, she follows. But neither of you should feel forced into the movement. The best way to do this is through teasing in a fun, light-hearted way. For example, if she says she loves a certain type of food, you could respond with, "Really? That's the best you've got? Clearly, you've never had my cooking." This subtle challenge keeps the conversation interesting while creating a sense of playful competition. More importantly, good flirting isn't about seeking approval. The moment you try too hard to impress, you lose your edge. Women are naturally drawn to men who are comfortable in their own skin, who can joke around without needing validation. From a stoic perspective, a high-value man doesn't flirt to win a woman over. He flirts because he enjoys the interaction itself. He remains emotionally grounded and never desperate for her response. Beyond words, eye contact and body language matter. A confident smirk, a slow nod, or a well-timed pause speaks louder than any pickup line. Attraction isn't built through words alone, it's built through presence, energy, and confidence. So, are you flirting to impress, or are you flirting because you enjoy the moment? Master this, and you'll see how attraction shifts in your favor. Secret number 3, why touching your hair creates connection. Most men completely overlook this, but women love it. When a man knows how to touch your hair at the right moment, it becomes one of those small, seemingly insignificant gestures that can create an instant emotional connection. But if done wrong, it can feel awkward, forced, or even intrusive. Scalp is one of the most sensitive areas of the body, filled with nerve endings that trigger deep emotional responses. A well-placed, gentle touch on her hair can send subtle yet powerful signals of intimacy, trust, and attraction. It's not just about the physical sensation, it's about the unspoken message it conveys. I see you. I'm present with you. I'm tuned to your energy. But here's where most men go wrong. They either rush it or do it mechanically, without any real connection behind the gesture. Touching her hair isn't about playing with it absent-mindedly. It's about creating a moment of closeness. Picture this: you're sitting with her, engaged in conversation, and at just the right moment, you gently brush a strand of hair away from her face. That single action, done with intention and confidence, can say more than words ever could. Timing is everything. This isn't something you do on a first encounter or before you've built any emotional connection. It works best when she already feels comfortable with you, when there's chemistry and warmth in the air. If she leans in slightly or smiles in a way that invites closeness, that's when you know the moment is right. The worst thing you can do is force it when she isn't ready. Which is why presence and awareness are crucial. From a Stoic perspective, this ties back to emotional intelligence and restraint. Stoicism teaches us to read situations without acting on impulse, to remain in control rather than being controlled by desire. This means not reaching out just because you want to, but rather because it's the right moment to create a connection. So next time you're with a woman and the moment feels right, don't underestimate the power of a simple touch on her hair. When done with confidence and intention, it's one of those rare, subtle gestures that make a lasting impact. Secret number 4, the subtle power of a hand on our back. This might seem like a small, insignificant gesture, but in reality, it speaks volumes. A simple, confident touch on a woman's lower back as you guide her through a crowd or while walking together communicates something profoundly attractive: leadership, confidence, and protection. Yet 99% of men either overlook it or hesitate, unsure whether they should do it at all. Women don't need grand displays of masculinity to feel secure. They need subtle, instinctual signals that a man is grounded, present, and capable of leading. When you place your hand on her back in a calm, self-assured way, hard leading, you send a message that you are in control of yourself and the situation without having to say a single word. It's not about dominance or control. It's about showing her through action that you're there, you're aware, and you're leading with quiet confidence. But here's where most men go wrong. They either hesitate too much, making the moment feel awkward, or they do it in a way that feels forced and unnatural. This isn't about possessiveness, nor is it about seeking validation. It's about presence. When done correctly, the touch is light but deliberate, brief but intentional, just enough for her to feel it and register your presence in a way that feels effortless and natural. Picture this. You're walking side by side, heading toward the entrance of a restaurant. As you step ahead to open the door for her, your hand briefly rests on her lower back, a gesture that subconsciously reassures her that she's with a man who moves with confidence and intent. From a Stoic perspective, this ties directly into self-mastery and emotional presence. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." An authentic man doesn't seek approval for his actions. He simply embodies strength, awareness, and quiet control. When you place your hand on her back, you aren't seeking a reaction. You're simply being a man of presence and leadership, and that alone is magnetic. In a world where many men are either too timid or too overbearing, mastering this simple yet powerful move sets you apart as someone who understands the subtle balance of strength and care. Secret number 5, be her protector in small ways. Being a protector doesn't mean saving a woman or acting like her personal bodyguard. Women today are independent, strong, and fully capable of handling their own challenges. But here's the secret. They still crave a man who makes them feel safe, not in a dramatic, over-the-top way, but in the small, consistent actions that show you've got her back, both emotionally and physically. Most men assume that being a protector means stepping in only during extreme situations like breaking up a fight or defending her honor in some grand display. But the truth is, it's the little things that build trust and attraction over time. It's how you react when someone is rude to her. It's making sure she gets home safely without making a big deal out of it. It's standing beside her during an uncomfortable situation, offering silent yet undeniable support. Women notice and appreciate these small acts of reliability. A man who is calm under pressure, who handles situations with composure, who is present but not overbearing. This is what makes her feel safe. In a world full of unpredictable people, stability is rare and incredibly attractive. But let's be clear, being a protector doesn't mean controlling her or making her feel incapable. It means you're someone she can rely on when it matters. A man who doesn't escalate situations unnecessarily, but who also doesn't shy away when the moment calls for strength. This is where Stoic philosophy becomes invaluable. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." A Stoic man is emotionally steady. He doesn't act out of impulse or insecurity. Instead, he observes, assesses, and responds with calm precision, and that's exactly what makes a woman feel at ease in his presence. When you embody this kind of calm, steady energy, you stand out from the 99% of men who either overreact or don't act at all. You become the one kind of man who doesn't just talk about being strong, you demonstrate it through your actions, without ever needing to say a word. Secret number 6. The psychological effect of mentioning a dream. About her, this one is subtle yet incredibly powerful. Most men never think to use it, but when done right, it creates an emotional connection that lingers in a woman's mind far longer than any compliment ever could. It's the power of suggesting that she's been on your mind even when you weren't awake. Imagine this. You're having a casual conversation, and at some point you casually drop, I had the strangest dream about you last night. Then you pause. You don't rush into details. You let her curiosity build. 9 times out of 10, she lean in and ask, "Wait, really? What was it about?" Now here's the key. You don't need some elaborate, overly romantic dream. Keep it simple, light, and slightly playful. Something like, "I don't remember all of it, but we were just sitting in a cafe talking about something deep and it felt really nice." Notice what this does. It subtly plants the idea in her mind that you feel comfortable around her, that she holds a place in your subconscious, and that there's an unspoken connection between you. Women are deeply emotional and intuitive. They love the idea of being thought about in a way that isn't forced or calculated. A dream is something out of your control, something your subconscious conjured up, and that alone makes it feel genuine and intriguing. It's not like a planned compliment. It's an organic moment that makes her wonder, why was I in his dream? This taps into a core element of female psychology, mystery and emotional connection. A woman wants to feel special, but not in an obvious, generic way. Saying, "I had a dream about you," makes her feel important without pressure or expectation. It subtly creates intrigue because it's not something most men think to say. Connecting this to stoicism so less subtly creates intrigue because it's not something most men think to say. Connecting this to stoicism. A stoic man doesn't beg for attention. He allows natural curiosity to work in his favor. He understands that backing just enough to guide her forward without breaking stride is a moment of quiet leadership. Action isn't about chasing, it's about creating a pull. Instead of trying too hard, he lets small, effortless moments build deeper emotions. So next time you're in a conversation with a woman, remember this simple psychological trigger. Don't overuse it. Don't force it. But when the moment is right, watch how it makes her lean in and start seeing you differently. Secret. #7. How a well-groomed beard triggers primal attraction. You might think that facial hair is just a style choice, but science and psychology suggest otherwise. A well-groomed beard does more than just change your appearance. It shifts how women perceive you on a deep, subconscious level. Studies have shown that women often associate bearded men with strength, maturity, and protection, 3 qualities that trigger primal attraction instincts. Think about it. In ancient times, warriors and leaders almost always had beards. A beard symbolized wisdom, resilience, and masculinity, traits that signaled a man's ability to provide, protect, and lead. Even today, those associations haven't faded. When a man wears a beard, he's perceived as more dominant, more self-assured, and even more reliable. But here's the catch. It's not just about growing a beard. It's about maintaining it. A messy, unkempt beard can signal laziness, while a well-groomed beard demonstrates discipline and self-respect. This is why women are drawn to men with facial hair that looks intentional, not neglected. It subtly communicates, "I take care of myself, I'm in control. I understand my own presence." This ties directly into Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." In the same way, your external appearance reflects your internal discipline. A beard isn't just facial hair. It's a statement of composure, patience, and self-mastery. You're not just letting it grow, you're crafting an image that aligns with the presence you want to command. And let's not forget, a beard adds a timeless, masculine energy that many women find incredibly attractive. Final words to inspire. Daily action. These 7 secrets aren't just tricks. They're tools that help you connect with women on a deeper level. Tools that combine modern psychology with ancient wisdom. They're not about manipulation. They're about understanding human nature and using that knowledge to build real, meaningful relationships. If you apply these principles consistently, you'll start to notice a shift not just in how women see you, but in how you see yourself. You'll become the kind of man who doesn't chase. You'll become the kind of man who leads. And in a world full of distractions and superficial interactions, that's what truly sets you apart. So, are you ready to stop being part of the 99% and become part of the 1%? Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the life-changing insights coming your way. Because when you understand how to connect with women on a deeper level, you unlock a whole new chapter in your life, one where you're not just noticed, but truly remembered.